Okay, so we are going to be knocking out this dragon. It was a complete pain. So basically what you need to do is kind of find a nice spot here on the ledge and lock on as he's approaching. You'll find this sweet spot as he's approaching. Here we go, here's the last shot. Boom. So lock on, immediately fire, and just rinse and repeat. You know, I'm gonna save both of us some pain and trouble. That's all I did for the last maybe 20 minutes, 25 minutes while I was figuring out, first of all, how to get that shot off consistently, and then to take out the dragon. But we got a huge chunk of souls there. And now the bridge is going to be clear for us, so that's going to be really nice. Although, at least, I guess, we are going to have to clear out all the enemies, but I'd rather take that than maybe getting burned to a crisp every other 5 seconds. Now, these seem very, maybe not as alarming as they should, but please be careful here, because these guys can definitely get a jump on you, especially with those archers in the background. The damage can really stack up. Either that, or you gotta go in like me and just kind of balls to the wall. Make sure you're getting those deadly blows in. Okay. Yeah, see, that is not fun at all. Oh my gosh. It might be good to... Oops. See that? If you haven't... Oh my... Whew, oh man. Okay, we're getting... It's getting a little close for comfort here. But yeah, if you want to bust out a crossbow or even like a short bow or the composite bow we might have just picked up at the end of last episode, that is a great idea to help you whittle those guys down. But this place is absolutely riddled with... Oh, here we go. Sorry. I guess we just pick it up here. We picked up something on the other tower, I believe. I'm not too sure. Anyway, you'll have seen it in the video, or maybe not. All right, just having a little fun here with this moveset. It's good to spend some time with weapons as you pick them up, especially if you're not familiar with them, their movesets, their ranges. It's good to know those things in the heat of a battle, because you might be able to pull something off that, you know, you might not normally be able to, or you'd be kind of taking a guess as to whether or not it'll work. So just keep things like that in mind as you progress through a game like this. Okay, it's super dark in here. I can hardly make out these guys. Okay, so our merchant has moved.
Meet again, fancy that. Hope you find something that suits you.
And there's something behind him. I think we'll get that a little bit later. So I like this merchant because his prices are always pretty decent, especially compared to the mini blacksmith guy and the Nexus. I know he's not a blacksmith,
Hell,
but
at least the demons don't send us to our deaths in battle.
I call him that, so...
A giant lizard. One of the king's pets, just like those demons. That monster leaves a trail of charred carcasses, which is great for business, of course. But unless you're a scavenger like me, you better stay clear. It is the end, but hell, at least the... Hard time. I'm sure you'll turn things around.
Dogs. That's not fun. Yeah. You see how quick they can stack up on you? Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. So unfortunately, we do have a little bit of stuttering again this episode. Again, I apologize for that. That is something that's hard to accommodate, especially if I record one or two, maybe more episodes at once, and then I'm going back later to take a look at them. Although at this point I have cleared all those issues up, and that shouldn't be happening. There's a amount of episodes that I've already recorded that might have a few hiccups here and there, but there will be a point very shortly where that stops, and we'll at least have the majority of the game issue free. Oh, okay. Wow. That missed, and I just took a huge hit. That's rough. Really rough. Okay. I think okay, so we've made it back to the first tower where we went up to the top and killed the dragon. Or at least fought it off. Okay, watch out for that. Kind of just caught that out of the corner of my eye. Okay, watch out for these archers. Okay, there's a bunch in here, so I would not suggest running in at all. Gosh, look at that. Just chugging down my moongrass here. More. Oh my gosh. Man, I was glad I picked up that spell. Okay, nice. We got a ring here. Okay, how close are we? There we are, okay. We found...
Thank you.
Dostrava.
That makes twice. Thanks to you, I can now forge ahead. This is a token of my gratitude. Please accept it.
That's a very high-end healing item. I think that's a full restore, essentially. So full health plus any status ailments. So, yeah. We're probably going to not use those until much later in the game. If at all, for the time being. I hear dogs. Although I think I end up not finding them. I'm not sure what's up with that. As far as I know, I don't believe there are any invisible walls, but I'm checking just for the sake of sanity. Okay, and we're back to the merchant. No, this is a little unnecessary. I'm just doubling back to make sure I didn't miss anything, because these corridors can be kind of deceiving. So I think we'll take a left back up here. We haven't found these dogs. And then we'll just make our way across the bridge. Yeah, nothing here. Here's
This is
Boss
bad.
Strava.
Not a single person left. Why on earth? How did all of this happen? Father! This is bad. How did all of this happen? This is bad. How did all of this happen? Father!
Alright, he has nothing more to say. Oh, see that? Gosh, again, I'm sorry for this little quality drop here and the frame rate. So basically what had happened, I had gotten through a good chunk of this, and I'm going to be re-recording certain parts. There was a certain save point that I was able to kind of stop. Anyway, I had major issues besides, you know, just one or two things, so it's probably better that
This is bad.
those
How
parts
did all of
get
this
re-recorded. But, yeah, I updated RPC as 3, and that was just a poor decision on my part. Or actually, maybe it wasn't the update. I figured out it was just a few settings I had not... I think I had them kind of optimized, and then I played with a few things, and because I had moved my setup temporarily, that just kind of jerked everything around. I had a new HDMI cable that was causing some issues, and you know, I had a temporary TV set up, and just you know, things just kind of piled on, and it'll be better. That's all I'll say. I'll leave it at that.
This is
Yeah.
bad. How did all...
And, you know, at the end of the day, you know, I think a good chunk of this is going to be far from perfect, but I've tried to correct what I can, and I'll try to keep improving here, so, you know, things will get better. It's just a lot at first. I mean, wow. I mean, I knew it was, but once you really get into it and trying to put all this stuff together, it's quite the party. Anyway, let's get into a new topic. We can get, you know, outside the game for half a second. So at the moment, I'm looking at a new car because, unfortunately, my last car is gone. You know, for whatever reason, I can, as good as a driver as I can be, there's always gonna be some unfortunate, you know, I'll just put it nicely, there's poorer drivers on the roads than I, and don't get me wrong, I've made my fair share of mistakes, but, you know, I always try my best to improve and learn from even like micro mistakes where I'm like, oh, like, even though I maybe, you know, maybe I made a lane change fine or something, maybe I didn't look as cleanly as I could have to make sure the path was open, even though I you know, I basically knew, but you never know, because there's always the possibility of someone just like, whether it's on the highway or not, coming 30 plus or roughly around that 30 plus miles an hour quicker than you are, and they're just shooting by everybody, and, you know, 2 seconds ago not a soul behind you, and then here comes this random person. Anyway, so just a little food for thought beyond the game, you know, as good a driver as you are, just consider that others might be having a bad day, might not be as careful, and things happen. So just be careful out there, guys. Anyway, so my car's gone. Fortunately, everyone's okay. No big issues, no big deals. You know, I'm fortunately stable enough that I am in a position where, you know, the car was fully covered and I'll be able to get a new car fairly decently. So I'm looking at, I'll try to keep this as neutral as possible. Just because of, you know, the big guy's sake. Mr. Big Tube watching over us. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, that's alright. But, yeah, you know, just for the sake of keeping things kind of neutral. I'm looking at a nice car. I'm switching brands, more than likely. You know, I've had this one brand for the last probably 12 years of my driving. Or 10, yeah, 11 years. 11 and a half years. Something close to that. And, you know, it's been great, but now I've had 2 of these cars kind of get wrecked on me. Not necessarily fully, you know, well, I won't get into those, but yeah, I've had some unfortunate accidents, as I mentioned, mostly not my fault. And I'm looking at this new brand, and I mean, of course, you know, these are brands that are compared, and they're great cars, both of them. They all have their flaws and such, but man, I really got my eye on this one car. I think it's gonna be, if I'm able to, you know, have everything come together and pick it up. So I went from a 6-speed for several years, and then I had an automatic for the last few, and this would be a 6-speed again, and it's a newer model year, so that's kind of cool and rare. I don't know, I think it'd be kind of fun to get back into that a bit. You know, it's not so bad daily driving a manual, but it, you know, it can get tedious. Anyway, cool, that took us to the boss fight. A little bit of a detour from Soul Stock, and a little bit of insight into kind of what's going on with me and my shenanigans. So, Tower Knight. This guy is kind of a little b-hole. He will screw you up in the sense that he's got all these little minions, little fledglings, little archers around the way. So your best bet is to just go around, take them all out. And you kind of got to be quick on the trigger finger, because one, not only are the archers shooting, he's shooting his little arrows, crystal arrows, whatever his spell is, coming from the tip of his spear. So maybe it's a crystal spear, soul spear, I'm not sure. And yeah, so clear these guys out so they won't chunk away at you while you're running around this battleground. You know, even if you don't, even if you don't have spell, oh, see, that's what I mean. You can literally get staggered by an arrow and then hit by his big spell. So that's just not a great combo. You can run up and kill these guys. Just be quick about it. Alright, so we did all that, and now we can start the fight. Although he's already been wailing on us. And yeah, he'll destroy environment and stuff like that, so. What you want to do is actually... Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay. I'm not feeling so hot about this. I mean, we're gonna get him, but I'm not starting off there. So yeah, when he does attacks like that, you just want to kind of get his little ankles, hit him in the heel, His AoEs, obviously, like that, can hit pretty far, so watch out for that. And that. Basically, watch this and don't do what I do. Or do what I do, but do it better. Yeah, so even as he's knocking his shield down, he can hit you with his spear. So that's always cool and fun. Now the updated gameplay trailer, oh my gosh, for Demon Souls, there is some good stuff there. I mean, even just fighting regular enemies seems like it's gonna be, if you zoom in, wow, okay, even as he drops. There's the classic zoom, which is gonna be kind of what you see right now. And then there's going to be a new, slightly more modern look where it's a little more intimate. It seems like it's almost going to be a different play style in a sense, just because it's like more one-on-one focused, but you'll obviously still have enemies coming at you from whichever direction, so that's, I don't know, we'll see how that plays out. I think there will be value in either way. And then there's going to be like a mirror mode. I don't know how I feel about that. That just seems, I mean, I appreciate Bluepoint's effort there, but I'm not sure, yeah, how I feel about it. Just because it's, you know, I don't know if your weapon and all that's going to be mirrored as well. That's what it seemed like from the images or from the video. Anyway, so just, you might be able to get the Tower Knight in one run, or it might take two like it did with me. But, hey, we got him. It's a little choppier than maybe I had wanted, but that's alright, you know. Yeah, it's a little choppy, the gameplay. And I meant choppy in regards to the fight. It wasn't my best performance. But hey, it was a performance nonetheless. So yeah, this area is going to be blocked off until we get past a certain other area in one of the other worlds. Although we've picked up quite a nice chunk of souls here. Almost 20,000. And here she is, our maiden, fair maiden, waiting for us to level up. Oh. We'll see what Ostrava has to say.
Surely you can spare a mere moment. Here in Boletaria, we speak of the legend of the two swords and the last hero. The two swords are Demonbrand and Soulbrand. One sword banishes that which
those will be
man,
cool swords.
And the other banishes man himself. The last hero is old King Doran. King Doran is the Everlasting One, founder of Boletaria and protector of the two swords. Of course, only according to legend. But in the dark state of our land, legends are all we can depend upon.
So, if you successfully got Ostrava back, that's...
The Royal Twin Fangs, Valafax and Bjor. Alfred, the Knight of the Tower. Metas, the Knight of the Lance. And the brave tribesman, Longbow Ulan and his fearsome legions. But today, Boletaria is an abysmal mess. Valafax was lost, and Bjor slipped through the fissure, never to be heard from again. All the rest, along with Boletaria, have been devoured by the fog, and will soon be prey to the demons. The Boletarian Knights are no longer.
Well, he'll be back.
But perhaps our age will see the rise of new heroes, such as yourself.
And then, I think we'll be back.
But perhaps our age...
in the next episode.